just a robot.
I have talked about quite a few fan bases during my time on YouTube, such as the Steven Universe fan base, the Rick and Morty fan base, and even the FNAF fan base. But today, I'm going to talk about arguably the worst fan base of all time, the Sonic the Hedgehog fan base. Joining me today to tackle this daunting task are two of my friends, Dumbsville and Ellis Mark.
Hey everybody, Dumbsville here, and I roast Sonic fans on the internet. Obviously, I know a lot about the fanbase's reputation and what's going on in the scene, and I am always fighting the good fight to get the fanbase back to its former glory. Well, I mean, not really. You can't really polish a turd, but I try, okay?
Hi, I'm Ellis Mark. I too am a member of the Sonic fanbase. I do think the fanbase has a few rotten eggs. As a whole, it's not the worst I've seen, and gets more hate than it deserves.
Yeah, now this is a group. How are we gonna tackle this, Jar?
I thought we could tackle some of the more infamous members of the Sonic fanbase, one by one. Of course, we will be skipping a few people, such as Paul and Amy.
Good call. And that's probably for the best, too.
Who's Paul and Amy?
You're better off not knowing!
Sammy, classic Sonic fan. It's obvious he's just joking around. He's even admitted that while his statements are his true opinions, he also stated that he merely plays them up for laughs, in a similar way that the angry video game nerd does.
Yeah, his acting is pretty bad, except for when he screams. God, I can't imagine how his mother puts up with that.
But you can't lie, though. This dude's a riot. I mean, hell, he gave Christian competition.
Sammy may seem pretty young, but he does suffer from delayed puberty, and he was in his early to mid-teens when he made those videos.
But don't feel too bad for him, folks. He grew up to be pretty attractive. Why'd you make me say that? Why is that in the script, Jar?
Anyways, moving on. This is a Sonic fan I'm really itching to talk about. Yoshi Wee 1. This guy's done a bunch of weird shit, but a lot of it is just typical DeviantArt type shit, so nothing too major. But he did have this weird obsession with Amy Rose. He even drew his own version of her with longer hair and anorexia, it looks like. As you can tell, his art style is a pile of dog shit. So somebody ended up redrawing it. Essentially, she fixed the design and gave it to him as a gift. And in return, Yoshi Wee 1 snapped at her and accused her of stealing his design. Even though, ironically, Yoshi himself said that he got the idea of longer-haired Amy from somebody else. So, according to Yoshi, when he does it, it's inspiration and totally fine. But when somebody else does it, it's considered art theft.
Could somebody open a window? It reeks of hypocrisy in here. Wait, how do I smell? I don't have a nose.
Anyways, after nearly bringing this girl to tears, Yoshi ended up blocking her. Later on, he was convinced to unblock her so he could apologize for the shit he did to her. However, what he really did was say that he would apologize to her only after she apologized to him first for whatever the fuck she did, aside from, you know, doing something nice for him, which Yoshi just completely took a fucking dump on. Oh, the humanity. Am I right, boys?
Well, you could argue that Yoshi Wee 1 was simply having a bad day when he snapped at her. I think the fact that he still had the audacity to try and demand an apology from someone who hadn't done anything wrong is absolutely inconceivable.
If you want more information from Yoshi Wee 1, and you want more than just a 3-minute paraphrase, Sonic93 and Amy Chan's videos will be in the description below. They are really good, so I suggest you check them out.
While, yes, what Yoshi Wee did was wrong, he was also kind of a nobody in the Sonic DeviantArt community, and isn't the best example to use when representing the fanbase as a whole. People do stupid stuff like this all the time on DeviantArt. It's kind of par for the course. The only reason this blew up as much as it did was because Yoshi Wee was a member of the Sonic community. Plus, most of the stuff Sonic93 and Amy-chan brought up in their videos on him were pretty nitpicky.
Yeah, this is the DeviantArt ranting community we're talking about after all. They will stretch as far as they can to turn something minor into a big deal. But the point about Yoshi Wee 1 and the artist girl was actually a legitimately good point that they made. And now we're moving on to the big one. They have changed their name twice, starting out as Christopher Weston Chandler to Christian Weston Chandler, and most recently, Christian Weston Chandler. That's right, it's time to talk about the good old CWC, creator of Sonichu.
Oh god, why? Despite being only one person, they're often used to represent the entire Sonic fanbase.
We're gonna try and keep this one short, because I'm sure all of you know who he, she, they, whatever pronoun Christine prefers is. Hell, there is an entire wiki called the Quickie, which documents every small thing of Chris Chan's life. And yes, it's up to date.
I used to follow a lot of the things they did, such as their horrible webcomic, being catfished by a 13-year-old boy, and pepper spraying a poor GameStop employee, which the CWC did because Sonic's arms were blue instead of tan. Recently, though, things have really stopped being funny for me after this whole dimensional merge thing started.
Wait, what? Dimensional merge? This is the first I'm hearing of that. Can you please explain?
Oh, Christine also believes that our universe is merging with that of C-137. Yes, that is taken from Rick and Morty, but not actually. In Chris Chan's mind, it's actually the dimension where all fictional characters live. I can't make this shit up.
If that was from anyone else, I seriously would think that they were just trolling. But since it's coming from Christine Weston Chandler, I know it's actually serious.
The real sad part is that most people following the CWC suspect that the electrical charges that the CWC is experiencing are nothing more than seizures, while the CWC believes that they are merging with their electrical hedgehog OC, Sonichu, or whatever electric hedgehog he believes he's merging with.
But just a robot and LS Mark, the Sonic fanbase wasn't always this hated. What exactly do you think made it like it is now?
I think it's just a lot bigger than it used to be. And the internet is a lot more prominent now than it was back in the 90s. So, because of more people in the fanbase, along with better ways to document things, the fanbase now just seems a lot worse than it really is.
But there was also a division between the old and new fans, from 2D Sonic to 3D Sonic. Sonic Adventure 2 Battle was an awesome game when it came out, but it also added Shadow, the Edgelord. The new fans wanted more story and edge, while the old fans preferred the classic 2D Sonic. Because of this, the Sonic dev team didn't know who to listen to. It wound up making things more than a bit messy.
Yeah, that, and there's, also DeviantArt.
Oh god, no!
Please, no.
Other than the Quick himself, most videos covering Sonic fans involve DeviantArt in one way or another.
From all the creepy Sonic fan art to the bad OCs, Sonic fans are definitely at their most rabid on DA though. This stuff is so prominent that even Dorkly to Honest Trailers has mentioned it in their videos.
The religious stuff they include in them is also cringy as hell.
And don't forget, they're the exact reason the "do not steal" donut steal meme exists.
It's sad to admit this, but some of the best artwork made by the fanbase seems to be porn. Not that I would know, of course.
Sonic fans also have a problem of not admitting to things. Like saying that the new Sonic movie is not going to be the worst thing ever.
Hey, hold on. They are going to change his design because of all the backlash.
Yeah, that will definitely save it. And let's not forget about all the stuff I had to deal with in my video, everything Sonic ripped off from Dragon Ball Z. I showed proof that the stuff Sonic ripped off came out after DBZ did it. That video is over a year old. Yet to this day, I get comments saying that Sonic came out first.
Jar, I think they're just f***ing with you.
Yes, that may be true, but I can say with confidence that not all of them were. And that's just really, really sad.
But still, even then, the Sonic fanbase is not as bad as people make it out to be. It's mostly because of a few individuals like Christian that it gets so much hate.
And some of the games suck. Okay, a lot of the games suck, but that's not the fan base's fault.
So, if that's everything we're going to do in this video, what do you guys want to do now?
Play some Sonic Adventure 2 Battle?
Count me in!
Hell yeah, bro, but only if it's on the Dreamcast, though.
I just want to give a quick shout out to another collab I did with SGT Ducky and my girlfriend. Please go check it out, it will be linked down below. And also, check out my last video I did on Cthulhu. It's one of my very few videos that is not only long, but also monetized. Unfortunately, the video, along with a whole bunch of other videos that were uploaded on the 31st, barely got any views. I think it was because too many people were uploading on the same day, and a lot of people were also at Halloween parties.
My eyes have seen the glory of the cleansing of YouTube, debunking SJWs and feminazis too. We criticize reactionists in hopes they get the boot, just to roll on marches on